Big SEC guys, we're back. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Good. Good to see you. We had a good week. Week 11, six SEC games. Let's talk about them.
Jump in.
Let's talk playoff too. I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
I think
Mm,
I think we just don't pretend like we don't have a plan here. We just talked about this, but let's
Yeah,
review, preview, and then let's talk playoff. Because I think I always think these rankings are so silly because they've got teams in there that are obviously not going to be there, or they're going to be ranked much higher, would knock other teams out. So it's like the rankings don't matter right now.
I love that. Listeners, this is a tease. I've got a scenario where the ACC doesn't get in it at all.
Been all
That's my
over it all
dream.
day, buddy.
That's
All over
my
it all
dream.
day. It
Love it.
deals with some blue horned devils. Yep.
Oh boy, does it. Oh boy, does it. All right, Texas A&M, Missouri. Texas A&M took care of business, Joe. I mean, is Texas A&M are they our champion? Are they the best team in the SEC?
They look real methodical, but Missouri's playing a third string quarterback that went 7 for 22.
Yeah,
Missouri
yeah.
also still had 2 backs go for over 100 yards apiece.
Matt
Um,
the Matt
A&M just
Bullis guy did not
A&M
have
just
juice.
kept doing what they needed to do, and Missouri didn't have the hosses. I'm not saying if Purdue plays that they win. It would have looked a little bit more competitive, if they
Yeah,
could have pushed the ball down the field a little bit. But A&M, I mean, what do you want them to do? It's not their fault Missouri's playing a third string quarterback. They went out there, they took care of business,
play the
never
guys in
threatened,
front of you.
never threatened, just manhandled them. So,
Dominant.
I've been trending this way for a while here. You know my thoughts on A&M. I think they've been pretty fortunate with how their schedule's fallen this year.
Yeah.
Um, it'll be interesting to see what they do in the SEC championship game, whether it be against Bama or Georgia or Ole Miss. Uh,
But, I mean, they're probably gonna go undefeated, right? They'll definitely beat South Carolina, then they have Samford, and then they go at Texas, but,
At
I mean,
Texas could be interesting.
that's
That
gonna be
game
a
will
good
be
game.
real interesting if Texas finds a way to beat Georgia this weekend, which I don't foresee happening, but
Oh,
if
man. That would
if
get
they
really
find a
juicy.
way to do it, then that game gets real interesting.
And Texas A&M fans, I've been saying this for a few weeks. I was way ahead of the curve here. One of the few things I've gotten right on this podcast. That Ruben
And
Owens, that guy's a dude.
yeah,
That dude is a dude. He is so
you
big,
call
so
you called
fast.
that one from basically from game
Yeah,
1 of watching him get more carries than, the afterthought now. What's the other running back they had that
yeah.
we were so high on? What's his name?
Oh gosh, I knew you were gonna
I
ask
don't even
that.
remember. That's how good this cat is. He's making us not remember who was preseason top 5 running backs for both of us.
Oh gosh, I'm so frustrated with myself. It's ugh, ugh. Le'Veon Moss. Heck,
There
why
you go,
can't I
Moss.
think of that in the moment? Yeah, Le'Veon Moss is a stud. He's hurt, but Ruben Owens has looked really, really good.
He's looked
Love it.
fantastic.
He's
He's
looked
looked fantastic.
fantastic.
Our A&M offensive line is what really looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I love that, like, sort of power zone read thing Mike Elko's
Mhm.
doing. That's awesome with Marcel Reed. They got it going on. I like it. LSU, Alabama, Joe. Talk to us.
You know, I thought LSU played hard.
Yeah.
Um, thought the Bama defense looked great. Here we are. I never felt threatened in the game, to be honest with you. I felt good about it the whole time, but here we are, same scenario. We're statistically dominating a team on paper and just don't put them away in the second half like we need to. I mean, that game, I'm not going to complain. It's 10
It's
and a
kind of an
half
ugly
point.
game.
It was a 10.5 point spread. And Bama covered a 10.5 point spread against LSU. You will
Yeah.
never hear me complain about that victory. But trends are trends, and you are who you are. Bama doesn't put teams away. And that's a little concerning. But I thought, it was a athletic LSU team that didn't go down without a fight, and Bama did what Bama needed to do to take care of business. Much more concerned about this week, and we'll get into that, but much more concerned about this week.
And what's up with neither team being able to run the ball? I mean, it was like
Well,
watching 2
LSU has an
guys just
awful
run straight into the wall.
LSU has an awful offensive line, and we don't have very good running back room. Oops.
Is that the deal?
Yeah, I think that's the deal. I think Jam Miller is just
Yeah,
not seeing
Miller's
it.
good, but he's been kinda hurt.
He's been hurt, and I don't know if it's because of the lack of repetition because he was hurt, but he's just not seeing it, man. The holes are there.
Yeah.
He's just he's trying to bust it out wide when he needs to just thump in there for 4 or 5, and then it's like they'll show him on film, they got the stuff on the sideline now. They'll show him like, "Hey, this is what you need to do," and it's almost like he's predetermining where he wants to go. He's breaking down and predetermining where he wants to go instead of really leaning in and setting his blocks up and cutting off of them. I don't know. I don't think he looks I don't think he's looked I think he's missed reps. I mean, honestly, I think that's what it is because
Yeah.
the talent's there. We've seen it before. I think he's
You're
just
right.
missed
You need the reps.
he needs the reps, and,
I
uh
agree.
and I really would like to see Daniel Hill get the ball more.
Yeah, that guy's huge.
He's a big boy.
That
Make
guy's
him tackle him 15, 16 times in a game.
seriously, I love that approach. Like, I know
Mhm.
he's not Derrick Henry, but it's like teams just you'd hand Derrick Henry the rock 25 times, and teams are like, "Well, this sucks. Like, I don't wanna
Mhm,
tackle that guy 25 times.
mhm.
There's
That's right.
nothing I wanna do less than that."
What Missouri's doing with that big old
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant.
Florida when Florida's doing well, that's what they're doing with Ba.
Which
They're
good
just hammering him.
transition. Florida was
Oh,
not well.
well, they're not doing we'll get to that. They're we'll finish with them. Georgia, Mississippi State, Joe. Boy, we got that one wrong.
I tell
Georgia
you what,
absolutely dominated that game in every way,
that
shape, or form.
is the most confident I've been on an upset call in a couple of weeks, and my hat is off to Georgia. That was the most impressive win of the week for in my opinion,
Yeah,
because
they had
they
600 yards of offense. Oh my god.
when it started and Mississippi State ripped that ball down the field,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
patting myself on the back, and then I got in the truck to drive out to go hunting, and I got there, and and it was like going into halftime, and Georgia was just beating them
Yeah,
into a pulp, and, I was
Nate
like,
Frazier went crazy.
maybe
They
I,
couldn't
uh
tackle him.
maybe I don't know what I don't know." I thought that was great. If I'm a Georgia fan, I'm starting to feel pretty good because this team is really starting to play good football at the right time.
Imma go ahead and jump on the Georgia train. That looks like a national championship contender to me, Joe.
The
That looks
only
like a
thing missing is the
very good
pass
football
rush.
team.
The only thing missing is the pass rush. They can't get home to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's
Um,
a good point. They gotta get home. Gotta get home.
we'll see it this week, though. I mean, well, we'll get there. Go ahead. Next.
Love it. Let's keep it rolling. Ole Miss Citadel. Woohoo! All
I
right,
don't have
Joe.
anything to say about that. Go skip this.
Nothing at all. We're
Yeah.
not talking about
Hotty
that.
toddy. Good job.
Chambliss, basically a perfect game. That being said, either one of us could have led Ole Miss to a victory at quarterback.
Yeah.
I feel very confident in that. Vanderbilt, Auburn. What do you fire your coach and then Auburn's got an offense all of a sudden? Is that the trick? Little
I don't.
fire?
I thought that was a
New
game
coach, new
effort.
offense?
Um, Durkin's doing his best. I can tell you this, I do not want to lose to Oklahoma this weekend and have to go to Auburn with all the hoodoo voodoo down there and Durkin getting the troops rallied. So,
That Ashton
Vanderbilt,
Daniels cat for Auburn looked good, Joe. The
after
backup.
looking terrible the week before, he did look very
Yeah,
good.
he looked good.
I don't know what to tell you, Daniel. Vandy made the plays they had to make to win the game
Yeah.
against a very, very game Auburn team, and Auburn's really running out of opportunities to catch somebody this year, and unfortunately, they've only got one team left to catch, and it's my team, and I'm not happy
Yep.
about it.
Is Diego Pavia, is he working his way back into the New York conversation? He had 500 yards himself.
Yeah,
Insane.
he could be. I mean, I don't think there's a really I mean, the best player in college football is Jeremiah Smith. But he hasn't put
Fernando
up the
Mendoza.
numbers to justify it, but if we're actually giving it to the best player in college football, it's Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah. I mean, Jeremiah Smith's a dog. I like that. I've been saying it for a few weeks. I like that Fernando Mendoza cat for Indiana. That dude's a winner.
Well, I think he's gonna end up winning it. I mean, they've been
I do
pushing
too.
Sayin a little bit, but I think Mendoza is probably going to I don't know. Midwest sports writers and voters have a tendency to rally behind one candidate and not
Yeah.
split their vote, and so probably the winner of that Ohio State Indiana game in the Big Ten championship, if they're both undefeated, they're probably going to rally that vote, and it'll probably be enough to get them over, you know, Chambliss, Pavia, and Ty Simpson all siphoning votes off each other.
Yeah,
Um,
I looked at the odds. So number 1, Mendoza, number 2, Julian Sand, and it's 3 SEC guys, Ty Simpson, Pavia, Stockton.
but I don't think the Midwest Northeast sports writers are gonna,
No, they're
and
not gonna
voters
vote for an SEC guy. No chance.
well, I just don't think they're gonna split their I don't think they're gonna
No,
split
no,
their vote.
they'll band together.
They're all gonna pick one of them, and
You're
it's
absolutely
probably
right.
gonna be the winner of that Big Ten championship game, and that's who's gonna win it.
Yeah, they're gonna band together and go with Fernando Mendoza, I'll tell you that right now, but they have been pushing that Julian saying on us, haven't they? Boy,
Yeah, they have been.
I
They
hate
have
that.
been.
I hate that.
You could have
What a
Joe
game.
Monroe throwing to Jeremiah Smith, and we could have the same conversation.
Literally, Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, either one of us could throw for 200 yards a game to those guys,
Funny.
just launch it.
Mhm.
Yeah, what a game. Overtime, overtime, and
I thought it was
Auburn, like,
a game effort by Auburn. I mean, what else can you say?
can I tell you my thoughts on Auburn there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hugh Freeze, like, where's the common sense? So, you know what Auburn does this game? They targeted Cam Coleman 15 times and Eric Singleton Jr. 15 times. How hard is that? It's not. You have 2 elite
Feed
receivers. Just
feed the
throw it to 'em
studs.
every play.
Feed the studs.
Like, what are we doing? It's like the Bengals when they won that game a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Yeah, Jamar Chase had 24 targets." Like, most of the reason was like, "Duh. Of
Yeah,
course he did. He's the best."
pretty good. But he caught
Yeah.
20 of them.
You
It's like
seriously? Yeah, he had, like, 18 catches. It was like, yeah, of course. Like, you just need to feed those 2 guys, and Jackson Arnold couldn't do it, and it appears Ashton Daniels is at least like, "Alright, I'll push it downfield." Love it.
Mhm,
Love it.
mhm.
Good job, Auburn. Way and good job, Vanderbilt,
Well,
for
that's what
winning the
I wasn't gonna let us get away from that, like, as
Yeah,
excited and as game as like, good like, seriously, good job, Auburn, on this. Um, Vanderbilt did what they had to do to win the game, and
yeah.
they're 8-2. So, we're past the point of just patting Vanderbilt on the back here, like, they're doing the things that they need to be doing here, and
Working towards the playoffs.
it's not a I mean, it's gonna come down to that Tennessee game.
Yeah, they went out. They're in the playoff, I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely are.
Love that. Alright, last but not least, what happened to Florida? Kentucky 38, Florida 7. What's
Sunshine
going
Billy
on, Joe?
Sunshine Billy would have never let this happen.
So you think they just dropped Billy and it's a total dumpster fire? I mean, that's
Yeah,
obviously
I
what
think
it looks
those
like.
kids actually like playing for Billy. I think I think they I think it hurt those players. Unlike unlike the Brian Kelly situation, I think the Florida players actually enjoyed playing for Billy, and I
Yeah.
think morale is pretty low there, and, it just to me, it looked like they just rolled over and died. And on the flip side, those kids have never quit playing for Mark Stoops all year.
Oh, yeah. Mark
They've
Stoops,
got
those
their
guys play
quarterback
for him.
situation figured out for next year.
Seriously, this Cutter Bully kid's got the juice. I
Mhm.
He had one of the worst games I've ever seen against South Carolina, and I was like, "This guy stinks," and now I think you just sometimes you
Getting
just gotta
reps,
let these
dude.
kids
He's
figure it
getting
out.
reps. Fed him to the fire. He's getting reps.
Yeah, get him the reps, throw him in the deep end, and then this guy's not only swimming, he's doing flips, he's
Yep.
doing tricks, he's got the juice. Let me tell you, Joe, here's my thought here. What happened to these quarterbacks? We thought Lenora Sellers, dog, absolutely terrible. We thought DJ Lagway, dog, absolutely terrible. We thought Garrett Nussmeier, dog, benched, looks kinda terrible. Like, what is happening?
I can explain 2 of the 3 actually, I can probably explain all 3 of them.
Yeah,
1,
give it to me.
DJ Lagway never got to practice. He
Just, like,
missed the
injured.
spring, and he missed all the way up until, like, 10 days before the first game.
Sellers'
He was
offensive line sucks, lost confidence. Yeah.
boom. Sellers' offensive line is terrible, and he can't trust what he's trying to see in front of him. And he's
He doesn't
trying
see
what
it.
basically what it boils down to is he, in the beginning of the season, was trying to do too much, and then I think there's a little bit of the season's kinda over.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to protect my draft stock best I can. Let's
I'm
not get
giving up.
hurt. And
Couldn't
then
agree
Garrett
more.
Nussmeier is totally a victim of his offensive line too. That
Okay.
offensive line is pretty bad.
So this is an offensive line game, you think?
I think for those 2, I think it is. I think DJ Lagway's issue, he's got a pretty decent offensive line. I think his issue is he didn't get the reps he needed. I mean, I think honestly, I think Sunbelt Billy got fired because DJ Lagway didn't get enough reps in
Yeah, oh, yeah.
summer practice.
That makes sense though, because the guys we weren't talking about In the offseason were like Gunnar Stockton and Ty Simpson, and those guys have good offensive lines, and now all of a sudden they're top 5 for Heisman.
Yeah.
Maybe it
Yeah.
just really is an offensive line game.
Yeah, it's well, okay, let's back up to Lagway here real quick. Early season losses, all he has to do is play a smidge better against South Florida, and they win that game, okay?
Yeah.
All he has to do is not throw 5 interceptions in Baton Rouge, and they probably win that game. So one of them was returned for a touchdown. So, how different does this Florida team look, and how different do they play if those 2 games aren't losses?
Yeah, 2 more wins and their coach
And
is still there.
you never wanna put, a game on one player, right? But you cannot sit here and tell me if he had been able to practice all spring and summer that he would have made so many inaccurate throws and bad decisions in during those 2 games.
Yeah. No, I'm with you
So,
there.
that's Billy Napier, come back to Tuscaloosa and find yourself a role somehow because I actually believe you're a really good coach still to this.
Like it. Alright, let's do some previews. We'll do them by time. Saturday noon, South Carolina versus Texas A&M. South Carolina now up to a 20-point dog. This is gonna be a bloodbath, folks. Texas A&M is gonna win this one big, but for the South Carolina fans, I'm locked into all things South Carolina. Mike Fury, our wide receivers coach, is gonna be calling this game. So new offensive coordinator, new play caller. Pretty exciting, Joe. Something new. We're gonna pull out all the stops. I'll tell you that right now. We're gonna go for broke. We're
I'm
definitely
excited
gonna
to I'm
yeah,
excited to see it.
we're gonna lose by a lot, but we're gonna go for it, and that's
It
gonna
should be
be
a fun
fun.
game to watch. Should be a fun game to watch, right? Is that what I'm that's what I'm asking?
Oh, it's gonna be entertaining. We're gonna like Mike Fury's known for like up tempo, trick plays, deep ball. Like he's a fun. He was a head coach at Limestone, which is in like the middle of nowhere, and he actually called plays as the head coach, and his offenses were good. So people were like, "This is gonna be fun."
Yeah. So Nick Harbor is gonna be tired after the game.
Oh, he already said he's like, "We're taking at least one deep shot to Nick Harbor every quarter." I was like, "Love it. Common sense prevails."
Like that.
Like
Yeah,
that a lot.
I think A&M wins the game because
Oh,
South
yeah,
Carolina has
comfortably,
gone down there how
comfortably.
many times since A&M has joined the conference?
We literally have never won there, and
Haven't
we
won
will never
there.
win there,
Don't
and
expect
this
you
is
to
not the
win.
year.
Don't expect you to win. But
Come
from
here.
an entertainment standpoint, that is a that is a talented defense that South Carolina has, and they're athletic enough to give that running game maybe some issues.
Yeah, that could be
And
interesting if our defense holds up.
well, I'm just saying it's talented enough and athletic enough on the edges to cause. I mean, A&M's run scheme is all predicated on the edge.
Yeah,
So
and
they're
we've got
talented enough on
good
the
edge
edge
defenders.
to cause some issues. Um, so if they keep it close, you do have Sellers still at quarterback who, I mean,
Boo.
he can make something happen. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't,
I don't
but
either.
it should be at least entertaining.
Yo, that's what we're telling the listeners. This is a noon game. You're gonna wanna tune in. This is gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
I've got my dog trainer coming at 3 o'clock, so hopefully this is a 3-hour game or less. That's gonna be important. Alright, Arkansas LSU. Is Arkansas gonna clip them, Joe?
Arkansas is gonna win. Arkansas is gonna win this
Love it.
game.
I
Yeah,
was thinking that
Arkansas is gonna
too.
Bobby P's gotta have it. He's gotta
Yep.
have it. LSU is floundering. Um, LSU can't score. They can't score, and Bobby P can score. And
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
I think LSU is gonna have to score 28 points to win this game, and I don't think they can do it.
They're not gonna do that.
Yep.
And are they gonna bench Nussmeier for this one? That's the rumor.
No idea. I say Arkansas wins with the total caveat that if they turn the ball over 3 times, they're obviously gonna lose,
Yeah.
and that
They're
very well
gonna
could happen. But
like it.
I think Arkansas plays a clean game, scores enough points that they just outscore LSU.
Next one, this is juicy. 10-0, undefeated Tennessee Tech versus Kentucky. Come on, Kentucky. You can do it. That's
Kentucky
all
has
we're
to
doing.
win this game. They have to win
Yeah.
this game. They're playing too hard. They're playing too hard for Stoops right now, and they
Yeah.
are one upset away,
That'd be
winning
fire
this
'em on
game
the field if they
one
lost to
upset away
Tennessee
from
Tech.
winning, from going to a bowl game, and that would be a pretty good victory considering where they were last year
Yeah.
and,
Oh, yeah.
and where they started this year. So,
If
Kentucky,
they lose
you
to
can't let
Tennessee
this
Tech,
happen. You gotta
yeah,
take care of business.
if they lose that one, Stoops is getting fired on the field, so I
Yeesh,
think they're gonna win.
that'll be
Alright,
tough.
Joe, tell us all about it. Oklahoma, Alabama. This is gonna be a good one.
I don't like this game.
You don't
No, I don't. The stadium's gonna really have to come through for Alabama. Um, their pass rush is gonna cause us some issues.
Oklahoma's defense is good.
They have the best defense in the SEC.
Yeah,
Um,
their
I will
defense
say
is
our defense is playing at a championship level right now. Especially our I'm gonna call it like red zone plus, like really like 35 field goal ranging in. That defense right now for us is playing lights out.
nice.
Um, and we have a tendency to really you either have to get one big play and score, or you have to just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming to finally get to the end zone. We are like the kings of making you use all your downs in the red zone to try to score. And,
John
Mateer had
Mateer's been shaky lately.
he's been a little shaky, he's been a little turnover prone,
Yeah,
um, big turnover at a big time of the game maybe swings Alabama's way. I I'm surprised we're a 6 point I think it's 6 points is where I saw the line.
yeah, 6.5 now,
I'm
as of
surprised
this
it's a
minute.
basically a touchdown line. Um,
You think it should be
Eventually
more or
our
less?
offense is gonna click again one game, and we're gonna put some points up, but here again, if we get up 10 points, we've shown no ability to go up 24 or, you know,
Yeah, and
or 17 and put it away. So, we've
you
yet
gotta
to
put them
really
away.
see we've yet to really see a DeBoer offensive explosion game yet this year. You know, how he would have at Fresno State and Washington where all of a sudden you blink and he's up 21 or 24 to nothing.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we
Yeah,
had that. It would be nice if
not
we had that this week.
a good one against Wisconsin, if I remember right.
Yeah, but Wisconsin's bad. I'm talking about, like, good competition. I mean,
Okay.
he's played at
Didn't
Washington, he
Tyson
had
throw for, like, 400 something yards that game?
yeah, no, I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm talking about in big games, y a great example is that offense explosion we had against Georgia last year.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You
My
see what I'm
gosh,
saying?
that
Like,
first half was
that was like a
awesome.
that was like a classic DeBoer
That was such a
game
great
plan,
game.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he had those when he was at Washington where you just blink and all of a sudden Washington would be up 21 to nothing or 21 to 3, and we've
Yeah,
yet to have that kind of bam, bam, bam game with him this season, so it wouldn't shock me if we got one between now and Auburn, um, but it sure would be helpful if it was this weekend. If we caught that defense, doing something. Real interesting thing will be to see, Ole Miss played some games with Venables, as far as huddling up and not breaking the huddle until 15 seconds left. We on the play clock, that way the communication was dead with the line with the defense.
yeah.
We do so much at the line communication. I wonder if we will take that approach. We had a lot of success huddling in Athens. We went to the huddle a lot in Athens in that environment, mostly because of the crowd noise, but I
I
wonder if
like
we
that
go
little
back to
huddle,
that.
huddle. Yeah,
Yeah, I wonder if we go back to that.
I like it.
Yep.
Alright, next one, New Mexico State, Tennessee. Tennessee's gonna win this game by so many points.
Yawn,
Florida, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is gonna win this game by so
yawn.
many points.
Yeah.
Florida's Florida's given up. Ole Miss
Florida's
is
mailed it.
cruising.
Florida's mailed it. I can't wait to pick that roster apart in the portal, hopefully.
Oh my gosh. I hope South Carolina gets some of those guys.
Mhm.
Mississippi State, Missouri, I think Missouri is gonna take care of business there just because 'cause they're gonna run all over Mississippi State, but that's gonna be a fun game. And then the big one, Joe, Georgia, Texas. That's
Yeah,
gonna be juicy.
um,
7:30 ABC. Let's can we call this out? I am so fed up with YouTube TV. YouTube TV, get the deal done with
yeah.
Disney, ABC, Disney, ESPN, all the SEC networks, all the ESPN.
I think it's
Ridiculous.
the mouse. The mouse is being greedy right here.
Oh, 100%.
The
Because
mouse is
all the
being way too
YouTube
greedy.
people are leaving and they're going to the Disney stuff.
Yeah,
This is total evil Disney.
yeah.
Hate that.
Yeah, I think it's by design. I think Disney has no desire to actually execute this deal. If they had their ruthers, they'd be like,
100%.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm ready to I'm ready to fist fight Bob Iger. Fact, if I ever see that guy, I'm at that point. "Let's do this, Bob. Let's
Yeah,
get down to business." I
yeah.
mean, absolutely ridiculous, and you're right, Disney has no intention of making a deal because all the customers are going to Hulu and Fubo and ESPN Plus. Guess what? All owned by Disney,
Owned
folks.
by the mouse.
All owned by the big mouse.
Yep.
Alright, Joe, Texas, Georgia, tell us all about it.
I mean, Georgia looks pretty stout. I'm overly impressed. I mean, it shouldn't sound like that, like,
You think
it
Georgia's gonna roll?
that stadium's gonna be rocking.
Yeah, oh,
Um,
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
one
That
thing
is
that Texas has going for them, or 2 things, is
defense.
that defense is finally starting to play fast and look
Yeah.
athletic like we were expecting them to, and that pass rush will be the best pass rush Georgia's seen in a while. Um,
Colin Simmons, Anthony Hill, those 2 guys are
they're gonna have
dogs.
to contend with that. Defense travels on the road. So can that disrupt some of this rhythm that Georgia's got found themselves in on offense? Because Georgia's offense looks so good right now.
And let's
Um,
talk defense. If you like defensive football, Anthony Hill, CJ Allen, the
yeah,
battle of those linebackers, that is the best linebacker and the second best
the best
linebacker in
linebacker
college
and
football.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's gonna be fun.
And then on the Georgia side, Arch is gonna fold under pressure.
You think so?
But Georgia doesn't have a good pass rush. So,
Yeah, okay.
and Georgia's secondary, I don't know if we're gonna find out a lot about Arch and his progression. Georgia is weak when they can't get pressure and you push the ball down the field on them. And which is what happened in the Alabama game. Alabama didn't
Yeah,
necessarily push it over the top, but they pushed it vertically at it's that 20-yard level, right? 15 to 20-yard level across the middle of the field. Um, and Georgia couldn't get home to tie. And if they aren't able to get home to Arch and he has developed both big ifs, they could make it interesting. But Texas isn't going to run the football.
yeah,
And if Texas can't get home on their pass rush either, Georgia's going to do enough to score enough. I think it's much more likely that Georgia blows Texas out than it is that Texas wins close.
yeah, I like that. I mean, Texas's entire game plan is gonna be Arch just trying to launch it to Ryan Wingo,
Yeah,
and Georgia's been susceptible to that, so
yeah,
maybe they'll connect on a few of those, but
yeah,
I like Georgia rolling here. That
I do
that
too.
defense, I feel like,
What's
will
the
contain
line on that?
Texas.
What's the line?
Let's look. It is cha moment of truth. Georgia -6.5. I'd probably take
They're
Georgia to
telling
cover
you
there.
they're telling you Georgia's gonna win pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that feels like a comfortable cover at home.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like Gunnar Stockton right now more than I like Arch, obviously. Um, that Texas defense is good, that Georgia defense is fine, but I think I have Georgia rolling here, Joe.
yep, I do too.
I think
Yep,
that's the
I do too.
thought. All right, folks, moment you've all been waiting for. Let's talk playoffs. Joe, if I may, the college football playoff rankings, I'm going to give them to you real quick.
Mhm.
So we're going double Big Ten, Ohio State, Indiana at 1-2. And then we're going triple SEC, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia. And then we have Texas Tech, which is going to be the Big 12 champ. Then we've got Ole Miss from the SEC, Oregon from the Big Ten, who barely escaped Iowa. That would have been funny if Iowa could have put the screws to them. And then we've got Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, BYU, Utah, Vanderbilt, Miami. So, folks, your takeaway right there is we do not have an ACC team in the top 14 of the current college football playoff rankings. And you know the rules for highest ranked major conference champion. The ACC could be left out, Papa. Very plausible.
Yeah, it's, it
Very plausible.
basically there's 2 teams in the ACC, and I know we're big SEC guys, but we'll
Yep.
travel to the coast
Miami
here
and
real
Georgia
quick.
Tech.
No, there's 2 teams in the ACC that can control their destiny, and it's Duke and Georgia Tech. They're the only ones that if they win out, will go to the ACC championship game.
I see.
If Duke wins and Georgia Tech has lost to Georgia, which I foresee that happening, right?
That's gonna happen, yeah.
Um you're gonna have a four-loss ACC champion. Now you tell me if 12-1 James Madison is ranked ahead of a four-loss ACC champion. I don't
It's a
know.
good yeah. I'd
It
put James Madison, maybe.
I mean, what are we doing if we're putting a four-loss team in?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
especially not a four-loss ACC team.
It's like, what game are we playing? It's ridiculous. I will stand on this soapbox all day and
And Duke lost to Tulane, so it's like they kinda lost to a group of 5 team already.
boom. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll stand on this soapbox all day. 12 teams is too many. It looks like we're gonna go to 16 at some point in time, which is
Oh, we're
way
going to
too many.
16, Papa, yeah.
Yeah, but this is what are we doing here? So, I mean, a lot of stuff still has to happen,
You know
for
what we're
this.
doing? We're doing 5 SEC teams, baby.
Well, we very well could. We very well could. Well, and I'll sit here and I'll look at this, and so they got Texas at 10. Texas isn't making
Yeah.
the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs.
No, they're gonna
I
lose
just
to
don't think
Georgia.
they are. I don't think they're gonna beat A&M, and I don't think they're gonna beat Georgia.
But
So,
Vanderbilt could. They could win
but
out and make it.
Vanderbilt definitely could.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt definitely could. Vanderbilt's path is very, very crystal clear.
They got the best pass. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not I mean, they beat who is it they play this weekend? Or they're
Let
off
me
this
pull the
weekend, aren't
schedule.
they?
Yeah, they're off, and then they've got Kentucky, Tennessee.
Okay, alright.
They'll
As
beat
much as I was
Kentucky.
talking good about Stoops on
Tennessee will
here,
be a good game.
I don't expect Kentucky to beat Vanderbilt, and
No.
so it's gonna come
No.
to a trip to Knoxville for Vanderbilt to go to the playoff. I mean, that's what it's
At
gonna be.
Tennessee,
A
that's
10
gonna
and
be
2
fun.
Vanderbilt is in the playoff.
And how fun is that? You got the in-state sort of rivalry, and Tennessee can knock them out of the playoff. They're gonna be jazzed for that. That's electric.
I have long made fun of Tennessee for not having any other rival other than Alabama, even though they claim Kentucky and Vanderbilt as rivals, those aren't rivals.
No,
Florida is much more
Iowa.
rival, Georgia's much more rival.
Oh, yeah. Georgia, Tennessee's
When
a classic rivalry.
however, this year, they better bring their A game of hate to Neyland
Oh,
Stadium
yeah.
because Vanderbilt definitely considers Tennessee a rival,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they are going to be all everything on the line, man. Everything on the line.
I love a good hate game where Tennessee's like, "We're jazzed up because we wanna single-handedly kick Vanderbilt out of the
Vanderbilt
playoff."
out of the playoff.
It's like South Carolina a couple of years ago. We knocked Tennessee and Clemson basically out
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
back.
you did.
That was
Yeah.
electric. Pure we were just fueled by hatred, pure hate.
Tinfoil hat here for a second. That was the, what's the Michigan guy's name?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
He was definitely sending scouting reports, right? Like
Yeah, do you remember the did you
100
ever
Hunter
read that
Staggs,
article?
100% sent scouting reports to South Carolina for both
He had one
Tennessee and
SEC
Clemson.
coach. They took his the FBI took his contact list. He had one SEC coach. It was South Carolina's defensive coordinator. Uh-oh. That was the only SEC coach in his contact list.
Yeah.
Our
This seems
defensive
more like
coordinator, Joe.
this seems more like a cellophane hat than a tinfoil hat. This seems
Oh,
pretty
boy.
legit. Like,
That hat when I saw the FBI report, I was like, "There's no way." And then it was like
yeah.
Clayton White, South Carolina defensive coordinator. I thought, "Well, that story just got legs, didn't it?"
Yep, yep.
That
So,
was kind of like a half-assed
I
story
think,
until that happened.
I think the playoff is gonna be it's gonna be interesting. Seems very top heavy this year. I think moving Texas Tech to 6 is a little much for me on this ranking. I
Yeah,
mean, it was an
Texas Tech's
impressive
not that
win
good.
against BYU, but I mean, I don't know. I kinda stand with Lane Kiffin when what he said in his press conference is like,
They haven't beaten anybody.
just see what Vegas would do, and that should tell you where to rank teams. Like,
Yeah,
neutral
Texas Tech,
field ask Vegas to l set a line on a neutral field, and that should
they're
tell
gonna
you
get rocked in the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now.
I kinda tend to go there as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see Texas Tech drop from 6 back. Um,
No, they'll be the Big 12 team, though. I mean,
they will be the Big 12 team.
they're home.
I didn't see anything out of BYU that made me think that they would win a rematch. Um,
Also,
and
now that I don't work for my old employer, I used to go to Lubbock, Texas all the time. God, that is one of the worst places on earth. Oh my gosh. One of
uh,
the absolute one of the absolute all-time bad cities in America.
had a friend that sold used cars in Lubbock at one point in time. Um and he had very similar sentiments about Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Um,
started. Let's not get off topic.
yeah,
Alright, so
alright, so
let's talk about it.
let's game this out
The
in
Big
what like,
Ten's
forget
the
the
Big
record,
Ten's getting
forget
the
the
Big Ten's
ranking.
getting 3.
Yeah,
Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, that's all that's happening.
okay.
Notre Dame's getting in, so we're up to 4. I think the SEC is gonna get well, okay, the Big 12 is gonna get 1, Texas Tech, so we're up to 5. I think the SEC is gonna get 5. Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole
Let's
Miss,
just throw
5th.
just for the listeners, let's just throw the 4 SEC teams in there first, okay?
Okay. A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss. Those are the
Okay.
4 from the SEC.
Alright, so we're at
Obviously.
9 now? We're at 9
We're at
now.
9. Yeah.
Alright, throw in USF because you know they're gonna get their spot. So
You
that
think they're
takes
gonna be the group of 5?
uh, let's just plug and play. We'll call USF, but
Okay.
it may be somebody else, but somebody else will be there. So there's 10.
Alright, so USF's group of 5, and then what, Georgia Tech gets the ACC nod?
Well, I mean, they're the favorite, right? And then you got
Yeah,
Notre
they'll be the
Dame sitting
favorite.
now. Have you already counted Notre Dame?
I've already counted Notre Dame, so we'd have 1 more after Georgia Tech.
Any chance USC upsets Oregon and you got both Oregon and USC with 2 losses?
Maybe. I was hoping Iowa was gonna upset Oregon because that was gonna
I
completely
thought I had
screw
that one
everything
nailed.
up.
I thought I had that one nailed. I thought that
Yeah.
was gonna happen.
Iowa had them, but they, no offense Iowa. That's what they're
Yeah,
known for.
yeah. Um, there's a possibility USC finds a way to backdoor their way in there. There's also a possibility
Yeah.
that, Oregon runs the table, beats USC, but Michigan finds a way to upset Ohio State. That would be interesting to see where they drop Ohio State to, and,
Yeah, I think the Big Ten's getting 3 with Oregon. I think that's looking
you think
pretty
that's
clear.
you don't think any of these 2 loss teams are gonna find a way to play their way in and create
No,
a okay.
I think it's Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon.
What about a 2 loss Miami, as an at large? Because they've got ESPN said tonight they've got a 6% chance of being in the ACC title game, so they're not gonna win the ACC. 2 loss
Yeah,
Miami?
no, 2 loss non-ACC champion, I think they're out. I think it's that simple.
I just have such a hard time putting Notre Dame in over them as an at large.
Yeah, but the whole system's built around Notre Dame. Don't get me started.
I I hear you, and they've been beating the drum, man. They've been beating the drum about ever since, like, week 4, week 5. Notre Dame, if they win out, they're gonna deserve a spot, and it's just like, guys, if it comes down to a 2-loss Miami, 2-loss Notre Dame, why do we even play the games if we're not gonna honor the on-field results?
Yeah, but Notre Dame's losses are better than Miami's at the same
I
time.
don't care. I don't care. They lost. Who was their loss to?
I know, they
No, no, no.
lost to
No, no. Answer.
Miami, I
Who was their loss
know,
to? It was
I
to
know.
Miami. Come on, man.
I'm
Why do
just
we play the
saying
game? Why play
they've
the game?
lost to Miami and Texas A&M, whereas Miami lost to SMU and who
I
else did they
don't
lose
care.
to,
They lost
Louisville?
to Miami. Why
I
do we
know,
play
I
the
know,
game?
I
What?
know.
Yeah. Why do we play the
I knew
game?
you were gonna hate that. Their
Just
losses,
don't
well,
play
they
it.
lost to Miami.
Just do not play the game. Then just don't play it.
Yeah, and Notre Dame's 2 losses were also the first 2 games of the season. I mean, I'm just saying what the
That is
committee's
a
gonna
more
think. It's
compelling
the
argument.
timing.
That is a more compelling argument than your loss
Yeah.
argument. I honestly don't care about people's losses. I really don't. I care about who you've beaten, and in my eyes, Miami beating Notre Dame is in a head-to-head comparison
Yeah.
is much better than anything Notre Dame can put out there.
Well, that's why South Carolina didn't get to make the playoff last year 'cause they're like, well, they jumped Alabama and Ole Miss, and they lost to both of them. So it's like they can't
Yeah,
we
you
can't
can't.
have them jump them.
You can't have them jump them, and it's like,
Yeah,
otherwise, don't play the games.
that was the logic.
Otherwise, let's just vote on it at the beginning of the season, and those
I
12 teams
know.
go play in the playoff. I mean, it's
That would have been nice.
it's
South
a
Carolina would have been probably in the preseason
yeah.
playoff.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
like that system, actually. You've
Yeah.
talked me into it.
So, I don't know. I think there's a couple interesting scenarios. I'm not as down on
Yeah,
the
BYU
Big
wins
10 as
out,
you are.
they're
I was
probably in.
last week, I was very down on the Big 10. I thought there was a scenario where they only get 2 in,
They're getting
but
3.
Iowa let us down there. I
Iowa
I
let us down big time.
I don't think Oregon's very good. I also don't really think USC's that good.
I don't either.
Um, So I think there's a chance Oregon goes to USC and loses that game, and you're sitting there with 2, and just the drum of the beats will probably get or excuse me, the beat of the drums will probably get 4 Big Ten teams in. I
Yeah.
think them
I think the Big
ranking
12's absolutely terrible too.
yeah, the Big 12's bad.
Garbage, garbage.
They're how's the best way to put it? They're competitive with each other, which makes for entertaining football,
Yeah, they'd
but
get killed by any
but
of the Big 4 in the
but I
SEC.
don't think I mean, maybe they can win 1 playoff game, but I don't think they're gonna make a lot of noise.
Over
Um,
under zero point 0.5 Big 12 playoff wins, give me the under all day.
yeah, I mean, I think you're probably
I'll
walking away with
die
some
on that
money too.
hill.
Um, so I don't think they're gonna find a way to get 2 in. Even if BYU comes back and beats Texas Tech in the conference championship,
Yeah, that'd be
just
interesting.
not you that would probably just flip them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
Would
think
probably
they'd knock Texas Tech out?
yeah, I think it would. I think it would.
I could see that.
The only thing that would save Texas Tech would be a situation of chaos in the ACC. If the ACC is, just abysmal, then that would maybe
I
save
love
them.
that. I
Yeah.
love the no ACC team in the playoff thing. That could very reasonably happen, folks. That's not a pipe dream. That's a legitimate
No, because look
possibility.
at listen to Duke's schedule. Bear with me, viewers.
Oh, so you're saying Duke runs the table and then,
Yeah. That's what's gotta happen. So Duke
into
hosts
the
Vir
ACC football championship, and
lis
they're like, "Well, they obviously can't be in the
listen
playoffs."
listen, they host Virginia this weekend.
Virginia's pretty good.
Virginia is good, but they're coming off a loss, and we've watched Virginia several times now. They've asked to lose, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's not a it's not a game that's just unwinnable for Duke. Then they go
Mm,
to UNC, who's playing a little
they'll
bit
win that
better, but
game.
they're better than them. And then they
Yeah,
host Wake Forest. I
they'll
mean,
kill Wake Forest, yeah.
tell me, and again, why are we even having this conversation? Because, like, we're talking about Duke versus Wake Forest in an 8 and f or a 9 and 4 ACC championship Duke team maybe being in a 12-team playoff. Like, get out of here with this. This is
Ridiculous.
ridiculous. They gotta get rid of there's 2 things that need to be changed, and people are gonna hate me for this, but you've gotta quit guaranteeing 5 conference champions a spot,
Yeah.
and and
Well, they're not doing that anymore.
are they not? Well, that's great.
It's the highest rated 4 now.
Perfect, perfect.
That's why the
Alright, well,
ACC
good.
could get left
Well,
out,
then
yeah.
I don't even have to be hated because they've already done it, because that's great. That's
That
great.
was like that was one of the updates they made in the
Yeah,
offseason.
well, they were smart to do it because you know what that means? Now we don't have to deal with see, this is last year, I didn't have a problem with Boise State because Boise State was a very good football team last year.
Yeah.
Um and there will be years like that where you get one of those teams that deserves to be in a 12-team playoff. But this is not the year that a non-power 4 team I mean, this thing should be littered with ACC or with excuse me, with SEC, Big 10 teams, and sure, if you wanna throw BYU and Texas Tech in there, I could live with that. I could live with that. What I can't live with is I cannot abide a 9 and 4 Duke team making the playoff.
You know what I saw, which I'm actually really into? I saw a scenario where there's 2 group of 5 teams, uh,
Yes.
both from the American Conference, so South Florida goes and North Texas goes. Electric. North Texas is my favorite team, non-SEC team right now.
Again, I'll ask,
Electric.
what are we doing
I
to
know.
give those 2 teams a shot at a national championship?
I knew you'd hate that. 2 group of 5 teams.
What are we doing?
I saw that scenario where North Texas and, South Florida basically both went out.
I mean, I can feel my skin crawling right now. It just aggravates me. 12 teams is too many. Stand by it.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same thing it's the same argument last year.
Let's go to 16,
A 9 and 3 Alabama did not deserve a shot at a national title last year. They didn't.
but 9 and 3 South Carolina did.
No, they didn't. No, they
Yeah,
didn't. Neither did a 9-3 Ole Miss. And guess what? Neither
we
did a
were,
10-2 SMU. Neither did an 11-1 Indiana. I mean, go down the
that
list.
SMU team stunk, don't get me
They were
started.
awful. They were
And then
awful.
putting Clemson in after South Carolina beat them at Clemson, what a joke. What an absolute joke.
It just I
Don't
don't know.
rile me up.
What are we doing with 12 teams? We don't need 12 teams. We don't need 12 teams.
All right, folks, so back to business. Those 12 teams in the playoff, 3 Big Ten, Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon. 4 SEC, Texas A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss. 1 Big 12, Texas Tech. 1 independent, Notre Dame. 1 Group of 5, let's call it South Florida. And then, folks, you guessed it, that leaves room for 1 more. Could it be an ACC champion like Georgia Tech? Or could Duke play spoiler and we might have ourselves a little Vanderbilt if they win out? Now we're talking, Joe.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Those are the
It's
teams.
I think the SEC has a very, very legitimate chance of getting 5
Getting
teams
5.
in.
That'd
Yeah,
be awesome.
I think
That'd be
so.
huge for the pod.
Yeah, yeah.
5
Huge,
playoff games
huge,
to talk about.
real big SEC guys. Real big
Big
SEC
for the
guys.
pod. And you
Big
know
time.
what's gonna really make me mad? When we get 5 in and they have us play each other. That's gonna really infuriate me.
Yeah,
Let the SEC play the other conferences. Don't
that's
make
right.
us play each other.
That's
I
right.
already saw a projected bracket where we had 5, and it was like
2 in the top 4 and then 2 of the 3 play each other. Ridiculous.
literally, that's what it was. It was
Ridiculous.
like just SEC playing each other because the committee's scared, everybody knows it,
Yeah.
shaking in their boots.
Ridiculous.
Alright, Joe.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That's a good
Uh,
episode.
very good episode. Real quick, 10-2 Vanderbilt resume versus a 10-2 Notre Dame.
Gotta go with Vandy.
Have to. Have to.
Gotta go with Vandy, folks. I mean, their losses are at Alabama and at Texas. Like, what are we talking
Who
about?
cares about the losses? Tell me about the wins. They'll have beaten Tennessee on the road.
Yeah,
They've beaten
seriously.
Missouri listen, Missouri is gonna end up looking like not a good win by the end of the season because
They
they
curb
lost their
stomped South Carolina
quarterback.
when we were number 10 in the country. Curb
Yep,
stomped us.
yep. But that Missouri win was a good win for them because
Yeah.
they beat
LSU, that was a good one.
beat LSU when LSU still had a lot of skin in the game. Uh, it's better than anything Notre Dame will have done.
Excellent point.
Mhm.
Yeah, what's Notre Dame done? Toiled around after losing their first 2 games?
Yep.
Oh, congratulations, you beat Navy.
I was about to
Good
say it.
job.
Yep.
You beat Boise State. Nice work.
Terrible this year.
God, Notre Dame did kill Arkansas 56-13. What happened there?
I think
Like,
that was the end for Pittman. That was the last
feel
that was it.
Pittman
That was the end for Pittman.
one too many cold beers, I think,
Technical in preparation.
might have been the issue.
Yeah,
All right, Joe. Excellent episode.
that was good.
Tight
Yep.
48 minutes. I like it.
Alright.
Listeners, until next time, enjoy the SEC week.
Roll Tide.